We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dalmascian Braves, Episode 4. I'm John, your game master for the evening. I'm joined today by Elle.
Hi, my name is Elle, and I'm playing Rowena Brown, the dancer.
Always sounds like you're about to
that
vomit.
will never get old.
Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm playing Blount Tofskifson, a Rogan Valkyrie.
William.
Hi, I am William, and I am playing Faustol Darkanen, the Garlean Gunbreaker.
And Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew, and I'll be playing Mikoko Miko, the Lalafell Red Mage.
We're not currently joined by Cody, because somebody decided to shut down the highway. I'm not saying it's Cody's fault. I'm just saying it happened.
We don't know that it isn't Cody's fault.
It's
Let's
true.
be clear
We don't
there.
know that it isn't Cody's fault.
Neither confirm nor deny that they definitely shut down the highway.
But Cody would be joining us as soon as he gets home. Well, probably not as soon as he gets home, because he'll have to exit his vehicle, go inside, grab something to eat, then sit down at the computer.
I'm pretty sure he just crashes it into the wall and gets launched out through the front windscreen
Just
because there's no
Kool-Aid
glass
Man
anymore because he keeps doing it.
Just Kool-Aid
Yeah.
Man through the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say Kool-Aid Man, and I think Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, it's definitely more Wallace and Gromit. Probably, actually more like Chicken Run, which is from the same people, if I remember right.
6.5.
When last we left off,
Wait, sorry, before we get started, what is my hairdo called? I'm having a stroke, and all I can think of is a bulbous bouffant.
It's called a pompadour.
Thank you, God.
And also, your character has one.
It's a very good joke.
yes, it's a pompadour. It's
I'm writing this down, sorry.
Bulbous
Oh,
Bouffant
no, I have it written down. I just can't read today.
Bulbous Bouffant is a song by the Vestibules.
It's a very good song by the
I remember
Vestibules.
that. I've only heard that song once, and it has stuck with me forever.
Gazebo.
When last we left off, the Warriors of Light had dealt with some wolves, a lot of wolves, that they determined to also be under the influence of some sort of third party that they then learned from the branch of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn based here in Rabanastre was an Ascian, a otherwise mysterious entity that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been opposing recently, as it has been going around doing bad things. The Scions that they met specifically were Delita Hyrule, Agrius Oaks, and Von Sanborn, the three being the three only members of the Scions at the moment in Rabanastre. They learned a little bit of information about the outside world from them and about the current situation of Dalmasca, as well as decided to work with them to free Dalmasca from the grip of the 8th Legion of Garlemald. But in order to do so, they must first gain a little bit of autonomy within the city, which it was suggested that they might do by joining up with Clan Centurio, who have hunt passes that let their members go in and out of the city unaccosted by the guards. Well, less accosted by the guards. And as the Scions, the three Scions, leave to go gather some additional information relating to the 8th and see if they can't come up with a battle plan, that leaves our 5 Warriors of Light sitting at a table in the upper level of the Sand Sea.
I would also like to say that we were told of a Banga pirate by the name of Backgammon who needs an airship.
Yes, there is a if they were in the need of additional allies, they could find hidden south of Rabanastre, Bagamnon, the leader of a group of Banga pirates whose airship had been whose airship had been captured by the Garleans.
And to Blount's mind, an airship is way superior to a hunting pass.
Yeah, well, first we got to get out of the city to actually reach them.
Well, isn't the airship in the city?
No.
I thought there was an aerodrome.
Well, the
impound block.
airship is probably confiscated in the city, but that would require us going up against the Garleans to retrieve it first.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the aerodrome on the western side of the city is where all the airships are docked. You could go there and see if you could find this airship, not really knowing a name or description of it. And certainly you could try to steal an airship from the heavily guarded Garlean aerodrome, if you so desired.
It's on a list. I'm not saying we do it now, but it's definitely high up on the list.
I don't intend to kill your characters. However, I will not stop them from dying if you try to attack the Garleans where they are mightiest.
We've already killed a bunch of wolves, right? So,
yeah.
I mean,
pretty much visible.
We sold all their pelts.
You did,
but or did we? No, we sold their meat.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that.
No, you sold their pelts, not their meat, because no one will buy their meat.
That's right.
No, the meat is to be dried up and turned into jerky. Because I believe Faust also purchased a barrel of salt for Rikoko to practice her cooking skills with.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
And you also learned while you were trying to skin the wolves, you learned that wow, they are nothing but sinew, basically.
Which is why nobody wants to eat them.
Exactly.
Because it's all muscle and no fat, and fat is where the flavor is.
And also, you're pretty certain you might break your teeth.
That's what sausage is for. Nice little.
I've got plans for that.
Anyways, you're all sitting at a table at the moment. Go.
Yeah, so I feel as if our next course of action should be to find the Hunters Clan.
Right. Oh.
No.
Okay. I mean,
we are not ready to face the aerodrome. We would need allies before we could even attempt that. And great allies would be the pirates seeking to reclaim their vessel.
Ah, yes, okay. We're not going to do all the hard work, I understand.
Not when the hard work is likely going to get people killed.
So, hunting guild?
The clan.
Clan Centurio.
Thank you.
Not the clan. Clan Centurio.
That's a very different campaign.
That is a very different campaign.
Thank you. My brain. Let me tell you how far they are from my thought process. That didn't even come up in my thoughts.
There is a weird uniform in this guild.
I didn't even make that connection because they're that far from my thought process.
I didn't know there were this many white mages in Rabanastre.
I just got that. Ages and stuff.
Yes. Clan Centurio.
What you had been told is in the north end. The most heavily, guarded section of the city outside the aerodrome.
But now the aerodrome isn't looking that bad comparatively.
No, it's outside the aerodrome, the most heavily guarded city, which means the aerodrome is more heavily guarded.
Yeah, that's where the airships are.
Have a need for height.
Then jump.
How?
Yeah, you might as well. Well, if this is our course of action, best be started then.
Indeed.
Is
Let's
it morning?
make our way to the northern sprawl then.
Mikoko raises one eyebrow at Rowena for half a second, but nods.
The North Sprawl is Lowtown. North End is where you're going.
Sorry, north end. Whatever.
Wow.
The area on the map where the pyramid with the skull on it is.
Is there a pyramid with a skull?
Right there.
That's a pyramid and a skull?
That just looks like a person in a shirt, but badly
Yes,
rendered.
It is
Thank you.
it is kind of like a green pyramid with a head on top. I wouldn't call it a
Late
skull.
2000s webcomic single panel.
Yeah. Opposite end from the orange gradient diamond.
Yes, the tortilla chip that was dipped in spray paint.
It is a pyramidal shape. Well, technically triangular if you call it because it's flat, but with a head on top of it, which is fairly featureless and could be excused for being called a skull.
Except that it's flesh colored.
We digress. We head that way.
Well, we agree, so we do that.
Tangents and digressions on this channel?
You don't
Say
say.
it ain't so.
So you head north, passing by the Moogle Mailer. You head north, passing by the Moogle Mailer. They can see that.
Oh, sorry. Just give a little foot.
Follow the directions you were given. So as you pass into the north, the north end, you immediately see a much higher uptake of Imperial Guard. There is a significantly higher percentage of Garlean lictors, which are the guards. Lictors are cops, basically, in Garlemald. There is a higher percentage of them in this area than there are in any of the other sections of the city you've been in thus far. You haven't been to the Westgate yet. And they seem to sort of get denser as you go further north. And you can sort of see that they are most heavily gathered on the northern end of the north end, which you can surmise without getting too close to be the public entrance to the royal palace of Rabanastre, which would be where the individuals you were told of, Princess Halimgo Ondor and Princess Ashelia Dalmasca, are likely to be. Cutting across instead of going north, you sort of cut west across a large bridge that goes over both the central river that flows through Rabanastre, and also a large sort of parade path that runs along it. And as you go over, you sort of get a sense that wherever the well or oasis, or wherever the source of water that Rabanastre sustains itself on, flows out from the palace. When you can get a pretty good sight of that here, as the rivers below, there's actually a pair of they're not really rivers, they're more aqueducts kind of, but along the ground
on either side of the
parade route, yeah. On either side of the parade route, they're sort of flowing out from the palace on either side of the parade route and out towards the city. And you can tell, you can sort of, based on the architecture, you can surmise that there are probably more of these aqueducts going in all directions out from the palace, because the city does spread further north and further west and further east. Passing over the bridge, you see there is a smaller aetheryte, similar to the one on the east end that you had seen, also guarded by more lictors, who are preventing anybody from getting too close to them. And you go across to the far side of the north end, and there nearby you see there's sort of like I would describe it as a neon sign, but it's not a neon sign. It's that kind of thing where it's like a colored plastic with a light on the inside. Kind of sign.
LED edge lit.
Well, it's like where the idea is that no matter what time, no matter how light outside it is, you can always read the sign because there's a light behind the sign, but built into the structure that the sign is on.
Oh, like a mini mall sign.
Kind of, yeah. That doesn't have a name on it. It just has a symbol. And
What's the symbol look like?
you have been told that this is the symbol of Clan Centurio. It is... Where's that? Where is that symbol? Why can't I find?
Interesting, your pyramid's head is off
there it is.
center.
It is it is kind of it's this sort of it's almost like a green, it's like a green leaf with some filigree and scrolling around it, and then inside that leaf there is like this mini branched leaf or tree kind of symbol. I have just given you a link in the chat.
That is a dead link.
Have you?
Is it?
Yeah.
Take out everything after the PNG.
Oh.
It's a grayscale picture of, I assume, two mountains in the sun.
There you go.
Yes, there's
that
definitely
one.
a sun. Oh, this leaf is flipping me off. With both hands, and it's frowning.
That would be the,
Really?
That would be the scroll work.
I just see my parents fighting.
Yeah, it's a leaf with 2 pairs of sunglasses because they're double cool and they're frowning real hard.
And they're flipping you double birds.
Yes. As their ponytails flap in the breeze. I'm not sure what those are.
It looks like a Batarian leaf flipping you off.
That's how you know it's cool.
It is very cool.
I do say Batarian because I've been playing Mass Effect Legendary, but still.
Like an angry Korok.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the scroll work in the top, the bits that loop in the center, make it look like a backpack to me.
Oh, sure. I'd buy that backpack.
That would be a cool backpack to have.
There, and now it's visible for the stream.
Do you think the flap flaps open from the bottom?
Oh. That's not for me to figure out. That's for the design team.
That's
the ideas guy.
That's the symbol that you see on the sign outside this one building.
All right, merch squad, let's get on it.
I safe to say we've never seen this symbol before in our life.
You've never seen the symbol before in your lives. You have been told it is the symbol of Clan Centurio, though.
Okay. Just trying to get a feel of how big Clan Centurio is. Like, if I've never seen them where I grew up, you know.
We are a continent away, so it's unlikely that any of us
You're
would have
several continents away.
Yeah.
Rowena's recognized around here all the time, so I thought maybe.
Shall we go inside? Congratulations, you're catching up.
You step up to the door. There is a Banga standing on the outside of it, just sort of leaning against the wall, watching you as you head up to the door.
Watching us talk smack about his cool son.
Just watching. Orange scaled with some piercings in one ear and one of the ear flaps that Banga have.
Well, I can already tell this is far from my area of expertise, so you all go sort it out, I believe.
You may need to be present with us.
How so?
If they are going to be accepting new inductees into the clan, they will likely need to see and judge all of said inductees.
Well, I don't think that's very fair.
Would you rather have someone accepted into a group of elite hunters sight unseen?
I don't know if I'd want to be part of any group that would have you as members, to be honest.
Then we are of a mind. However,
Mikoko just sighs and walks through the door.
As Rowena adjusts her Groucho Marx glasses.
Doors open. Mikoko steps in. Doors close.
Wait,
Faust
the
steps
Bangad
through.
did nothing?
Bangor did nothing.
Faust goes through.
Yes, as well.
Naren follows.
Oh, fine. And Rowena will try to walk through.
The door opens. You go in. On the inside, you find this is a fairly small structure. You imagine, based on the outside exterior, that this is actually two or three like apartments that were slammed together and walls broke down. There is a large open singular floor, two curving staircases that go up to a second floor. At the far end of the second floor, there is what looks like a repurposed bank. Like a bank gate, the kind of thing where like the cashier sits on one side and you sit on the other and hand stuff through. A couple of doors in the side walls. At least one door that is in the middle of the wall in a place where you can't actually walk to it. Like the floor is here, like the floor is on the ground and the door is like 5 feet above the ground. Which sort of gives credence to that idea that this was at one point multiple other buildings that were sort of connected together in this fashion. You see a wide variety of individuals. Here's Vieira, Aura, the first Rogadin that you've seen since coming in here. Only one. Is very much. It looks to be a not a Sea Reaver. The other ones.
The spooky ghost punchers.
Yes, those.
Hang on, I'll look up their name.
Yeah, has a Hellguard.
Yes.
That's the one.
Has sort of a ruddy reddish brown skin tone complexion, white hair, balding on the top. Sort of sitting in one corner working on something. Looks to be some sort of smith. Was sort of working on a project of some kind. All manner of denizens of the world in this. This is definitely the most like racially varied room you've been in since getting into Rabanastre. And at the top of the stairs, standing on a rail, talking to one of the Vieira, is a Moogle. But one that doesn't look like the Moogle that you have seen so far. Where that Moogle hovered sort of middle of the ground, so sort of like at face level, never really touching the ground and also never really exerting any energy to stay that way, just sort of placed in space and time, with a very, with a standing up palm, a big red palm, and sort of like almost like doll-like features for a Moogle. This one looks more real. This one is wearing a long green coat with very well-tailored slacks and boots, has sort of a mane of golden hair on top of their white fur that's sort of slicked back with their palm sticking up and hanging back down, almost like the palm is also slicked back with a golden top at the end of it. Sort of holding some papers and shuffling through them before handing them to the Vieira and saying something, and then turning to look. Well, looks like we've got a bunch of newcomers down here, he said. This Moogle says, looking down at the group of you that have just entered. Come on up and talk to Mont Blanc.
We will come up and talk to Mont Blanc then.
You head up the stairs, arriving around in front of this very odd Moogle. So, a lot of you are looking to be hunters, I take it, by the fact that you have at least noticed our sign, know what it means, and walked right in.
Yes. We did all of those things. We definitely knew what your sign was and everything.
When you say it like that, it's not as convincing.
But yes, we are looking to join up, and specifically, to be completely honest, gain access to the ability to move within the city.
Hey, nowadays that's what most people come to us for, but he sort of looks you up and down, then looks the rest of you up and down. Lingers a bit longer on Rowena. Not in a like I recognize you way, but in a really way.
I choose to interpret it the other way.
Well, a lot of you look like you can handle yourselves in a fight. And if my little birdies are correct, you've already handled yourself on at least 2 occasions. One with some rats in a sewer and one with some wolves outside. But in order to join Clan Centurio, you need 2 things. 1, for me to like you, and 2, to complete a hunt of ours. Now, the hunts that we send...
Well, Rowena, I'm afraid you're in danger on one part at least.
Oh, I'm sure I could handle any hunt that you could handle.
Faust just grins.
Well, now the hunts we send people out on, are dangerous. We don't take just the every run in the mill. Some wolves are attacking a caravan, or somebody needs some pelts. We take very specific requests from an elite selection of clientele that have very specific problems that need to be solved. And they need to be solved quickly and efficiently. And that's what we're looking to see if you're capable of with the hunt that we send you out on test for. Now, does that sound like it's something that's up your alley?
Give us a task and we will accomplish it.
He looks at the rest of you.
Ikoko doesn't say anything, but she does tug the brim of her hat down to obscure her eyes and puts one hand on the hilt of her weapon.
Good.
I give like a little flourish.
Aha!
How does Blount react?
Blount's staring off into space. I assume is there trophies on the walls of hunts, or no?
No, there are no trophies on the walls.
Ah, never mind. Yeah. He'll just be there, kind of holding his big lance, really just holding it.
Well then, we have one hunt in particular that is currently in need of some able bodies to deal with, and it's from one of our most important clientele. So I'll get you the paperwork. As he raises his right hand, flicks his wrist, and a sheaf of papers just appears there. Looks down at it, pulls his free hand, sort of flicks a little bit, and a pair of spectacles appear in it that he puts on. Looks at the papers for a second, turns them around, hands them to Faust. This client in particular has had a bit of a tragedy befall her, and needs to have it rectified. Particularly, there is a beastie of unknown origin hunting down some wildlife in the southern Giza Plains. Now, this beastie, no one's seen it before. No one's seen it around. It's not native and it doesn't nest, or at least it doesn't nest here. But what it does do is leave a lot of bodies in its wake. So, if you can, track it, kill it. If you can't, run away.
Where was it last seen?
A dead hunter's not good to anybody, and we'll find you another hunt if you can't do this. Southern Giza Plains, he says, pointing at the paperwork. And as you look on it, look at the paperwork. The request seems to be from what you can make out, Faust, from a young girl that is part of the orphans, part of the group of orphans that live in Lowtown, who seems to have lost a pet to this particular fiend, and thus requested Clan Centurio to take care of it. Her pet seems to have been a domesticated adamantoise.
Is that a metal tortoise?
Adamantoises are very large turtles.
Excellent.
That are very durable, but in this case seems to have died to this creature.
Well, in particular, these are Final Fantasy XIV Adamantoys, not Final Fantasy XV Adamantoys.
Correct. These are Final Fantasy XIV Adamantoys, which are the size of a minivan, as opposed
versus the size of a fucking mountain.
yeah, as opposed to 15
Oh.
Adamantoys, which are the size of a mountain.
Minivan, mountain, not a lot of difference to me, Coco.
And I see we've been joined by Cody.
Yes.
Welcome. You have just been given a mission to hunt down a thing by Clan Centurio. As you're looking over the paperwork, Montblanc flicks that hand one more time, and 5 small metal cards appear in his hand. And he sort of flares them out and holds them out towards the group of you. These will get you through the southern gate. They're good for one in. They're good for one out, one in. But if you succeed, we'll get you better ones.
Very well. Funny thing about the Adamantoys in 14, it's actually the Adamantoys from 11.
I mean, yeah.
It's the only other game that has that same design of Adamantoys.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think one of the pixel ones might also have that design of Adamantoys.
Nope, they're all like spiky backed, like razor backed turtles, rather than with those weird like candle things sticking out of the top of the shells.
It's a good thing I took my convertible to see the giant tortoise mountain.
Fun fact: the convertible in Final Fantasy 15 is also an airship.
It looks much cooler as an airship.
The Regalia?
I think the Regalia looks fucking awesome as a car. Like, I want that car.
Didn't they make that car?
It's modeled off of a car. I don't know if they ever
Okay.
actually made a version of the Regalia, but it's modeled off of a. It's modeled off of a. Oh God, a Rolls Royce, I think.
Definitely not a Rolls Royce.
Maybe it's a. I can't think of what maker. It's
Could
modeled
be
off
a
of
C class.
like a concept. It's a concept. It was a concept version of whatever car it was. Anyways, it was a luxury car. I just can't remember what luxury model it was or what luxury make was. Anyways,
Jaguar S-Type.
Yes, I can see that.
But yeah, so you've been given these one-time passes and a mission. Southern Giza, the paperwork that you're holding indicates that last spotted in the Southern Giza Plains.
You know, Montblanc, you had me worried when you started talking about paperwork and necessary things and problems. Really is kind of easy, huh?
Depends on how you look at it.
It's just one thing, right? Go kill the monster.
You sort of
Let's see how dangerous the monster itself is, considering no one else has actually seen it yet.
he just sort of smiles.
Well, yeah, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot easier. Just one thing, though. I thought I was going to be here for hours with a pen and signing things. This is much better.
Oh no, we do. I handle all the paperwork for everyone. No need to worry.
So who wants us dead? Is it just the lady whose tortoise was murdered?
Aye, and she's paying us quite a fee.
Okay, good enough for me.
Remind me to ask where she gets the kind of fee to cover this, but very well.
Yeah, the paperwork just says fee paid. It doesn't actually say how much it is.
What does the paperwork say about a reward?
The reward for you will be a cool 10,000 gil.
That is cool.
Good enough.
Each?
Total.
I assume each.
If you do good, there might be a bonus in it for you. But of course, this is also your induction mission, so part of the reward is a permanent hunter's pass.
Very well. Let's get to work then.
So no one knows. There's just piles of bodies out there in the Giza Plains.
Well, that's
and no one knows anything about it.
That's what you're.
That's part of our job.
You're the hunters we're sending out to investigate. Congratulations.
When's the last time a slaughter was reported?
2 days ago.
Faust checks the paperwork.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. South
I
Giza
assume
Plains.
it's got a location we can at least start at.
Yes. We'll be able to find the spot of the last attack, at the very least.
Well, I'm ready. Is everyone else ready?
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, suppose.
Back out into the desert we go, then.
Also, Cody, did you level up?
Level 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Just want to make sure. So, you head out the south exit. Oh, right. I should remove access to Naran sheet from everyone else. Blam. Blam. And now it's not in your journal anymore. Anyways. So you head south, crossing back through the east end, then to the southern plaza, and out the southern gate, using these one-time passes to get through. As you pass through the southern gate into the south gate area, you notice an aetheryte crystal. This one much larger than the ones you've seen before. This one, looking at it, you would guess it rises to about 30, 40 feet tall, but it's tapered. It's sort of like tapered in a semi-diamond shape with a series of large golden rings sort of hovering freely around them. It is also encased in a glass and steel combined wall, with a pair of turrets on either side of it, as well as Garlean guards. They really don't want anyone getting near this one.
This is the only one they've seemed to care about, huh?
Oh, they've cared
Well,
about...
there are guards around all of them. This is the one that's heavily fortified.
Yeah, this is the only one that's fortified.
Am I the character of Faust aware of how the aetherite system works?
Yes. You are all generally aware of... So, I'll go ahead and explain it. You're all generally aware of how aetherites work. So, aetherites are these large central crystals, and then there are also smaller ones typically scattered throughout any sort of established city. You can teleport to any aetherite that you have attuned to. Any large-scale aetherite that you have attuned to. And then, within a city, you can be teleported from... within a city's individual aetherite network, you can teleport from any aetherite in the city to any other aetherite in the city once you have attuned to all of them. So whenever somebody first arrives at a city, they tend to attune to their aetherites. Garleans can't. Garleans cannot attune to aetherites. They cannot use them. Which would likely be the explanation for why they have them locked off. Because they can't use them. The only people that can are their enemies.
What are the limits on taking things through an aetherite crystal teleportation?
You can carry... anything that you can carry on your person go with you.
Okay.
Nothing else. It's not as powerful as a higher level mage's teleportation spell in that manner, and that it's just you.
If I was carrying a big box.
Yeah, like so long as you can carry it, it'll go with you.
Okay. Wanted to make sure it wasn't just like a backpacks and cloaks type rule.
Typically, yes, but so long as you've got your hands on it.
Cool.
And so long as you can be the only thing supporting it, I should clarify.
And teleporting is instantaneous?
It takes a few seconds, but generally instantaneous, yeah.
The travel is instantaneous.
Correct.
Like, you may sit and wait for the crystal to warm up and then pop out on the other side immediately.
Basically, yeah. There's no time loss transporting through aetherites.
Right, okay. That's what I wanted to... Double check.
Yeah, they're very useful tools, particularly useful in traveling. They do tend to you do tend to lose some amount of gil whenever you transport via aetherite. No one's sure exactly where it goes or why it goes. Everyone just knows that when you get to the other side of the aetherite, you're down a few hundred gil.
Wow.
It's a teleport tax that is automatic within the system for some reason.
Yeah,
The toll booth picks your own pockets for its change, huh?
basically, yeah.
What happens if you go through with no cash?
You can't go through.
Greedy.
The aetherite won't let you through. It's typically like short range teleports tend to be around 15 gil, and the longest recorded the largest recorded amount for the longest distance teleports are 999 gil. Some arcanists theorize that the gil is the material cost for the teleportation spell the aetherite is casting. Others theorize that it is what's the name of the that it's the twins Nald and Thal taking their share.
I'd have
Conveniently
read
keeping their prices below 1,000 so they can say that in their adverts.
I have read a brilliant piece of fiction about a mage who created a teleportation some spell, and one of the components was a gold piece, and part of the spell was teleporting the gold piece into their bank vault.
No one knows where the gold goes.
But as useful as that would be, there'll be a damper on it, considering one of your party members is a Garlean, unless being, Hydalin's chosen circumvents that.
Who
Well,
knows? You haven't
okay,
tried it yet.
if you're in the box,
You're carrying me when you teleport. Yeah.
I guess I should clarify inanimate objects you can carry.
dang, I tried.
So we kill Faust and then revive him on the other side.
Now we're talking. We've got a Phoenix down.
Of course, this is all moot because we can't access the aetherite.
Yeah, at the moment, the aetherite network is locked off.
But you head south.
Just halfway through pulling knife. Sorry, what?
You head south, out the gate. The Giza Plains, you recognize. You were there. This is where you woke up, or near where you woke up. This would actually be the gate that you had initially started walking towards as you leave out. The Giza Plains, unlike the Eastern Sand and Western Sand, is not a desert. It's more of a wasteland. There are bits of grass here and there. It's just mostly cracked and rocky ground, aside from the patchy grass areas. There are also some trees and some amount of water at the moment, though it looks like the Giza Plains sort of intermittently loses all of that water.
Texas, Mexico, and Nevada versus the Sahara.
Yeah,
it's a chaparral.
It seemed like there are signs of intermittent droughts versus intermittent. Yeah.
I never knew that was a term.
Yeah,
chaparral.
I'm learning it
now.
But you head south. So anyone who would like to can give me either survival or perception checks.
I would like to be jumping in the air this whole time.
Boing.
It doesn't make you run any faster.
Boing.
No, but it does give me like a higher lookout.
Is it perception or survival?
Yeah.
It does
Good
let
thing
me
I
look
have
higher
perception proficiency.
and see survival around me, as you can tell by my roll, which was very good. Oh dang!
Nice.
Plug flew in my eye.
You were too busy watching Blount bouncing. It's like Blount
That is
Blunt
very
is always
distracting.
bouncing to the left and to the right.
He keeps somehow landing right next to you, and that's where you get the dirt in your eyes and everything.
Well, he's doing it on purpose. He has to keep up with the party.
But Blount and Rowena, As you begin your investigation to the south, you both begin to notice the desiccated remains of various wildlife. It's odd because it doesn't seem like whatever is killing these things is eating the whole thing. Like it's eating a bit of it and then leaving the rest, but the rest is rotting very quickly. Like by the time you get to the first batch of corpses, you find you would imagine that these bodies have been left out for weeks.
But we know that it was a couple days ago.
But you know that
How
this
big
creature has
is-
been hunting only a couple days.
How big are the bite marks?
Fairly large. Like you sort of stand next to it, and whatever bit this thing could probably bite most of you in one go.
Hmm.
Does anyone happen to have a blade or a knife or something?
Yes.
All of you.
May I borrow it?
He will hand you his giant lance.
Ah.
I have a dagger.
Thank you. That would be most appreciated.
What was-
Does anyone have a piece of cloth or something as well?
What happened to the sleeve that I gave you?
Oh, it's probably still around here somewhere. I imagine. No? No one? Piece of cloth?
Didn't you buy yards of cloth at the store?
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a bit. Did I miss something?
No, that was Mikoko that bought the cloth.
Rowena is asking for a bit of cloth, having prior asked for a knife.
Mikoko will rummage through her pack and eventually produce a small strip of fabric.
Also, you found a collection of dead wildlife that seems to have rotted much quicker than it should have.
Are they like deer and such, or what are like?
No, they are like large lizards and large, like bear-like creatures.
Okay.
You imagine anything smaller than size category large was eaten entirely. The only things you're finding are like larger creatures that have had one or two bites taken out of them.
You said desiccated earlier. Do they look like just that they've been in a dry place, or is it more than the environment?
It definitely seems more than the environment because it's very quickly they have rotted and then desiccated. So, Rowena, you have cloth and a knife.
I'm going to try and cut off a piece around where there was a bite mark.
Okay. Yeah, easily done.
Wrap it up in the cloth and try to not let it touch anything else of my belongings. And hand the knife back unwiped.
As you do, you notice that the knife begins to sizzle, and the cloth begins to degrade.
Here you are, thank you.
Any of these dead creatures furry?
Yeah, some
Or
of them,
okay.
or they were.
I'll wipe it off I'll wipe it off before it all goes away.
As you wipe
Wipe
that,
off
as,
my
as
blade
you
on their
wipe
side.
the blade off, the skin sort of sloughs a bit as you run the blade across it.
Oof.
Whatever attacked this creature has some, I almost want to say, acidic qualities.
Oh, it's I just noticed the cloth sort of dissolving a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there any chance that it's just going to stop, or Is it like it's just going to go?
It does stop after a little bit. It's definitely but whatever this is still potent enough to still be active after several days. It seems less like it's sort of eating away at the cloth and more like it is like tainting or like it's making the cloth rot if cloth could rot.
Is my dagger blade pockmarked and all fucked?
It's still usable, but it definitely has some pockmarking on it. It'll need to be buffed.
Okay. While they're staring at the rotting corpses, I'm gonna look around for what I presume to be the world's biggest paw prints or claw marks in the sand.
Yeah, make another perception or survival check.
Am I familiar with any monsters that might have this kind of effect?
Make a nature check for me.
I can think of at least one as a player, but
Rowena, is there a reason
16.
you cut off a chunk?
Oh yes.
Would you like to share?
I figured if we were going to be doing something a little bit more offensive, then perhaps something a little bit more offensive in turn would be recommended.
I don't think she has to share. We could all cut off our own chunks.
That's not what I meant, but all right.
With a 16, Faust, there are a few things that come to mind, that you could think of, like, it could be something like a chimera, like a weird variant of a chimera. It could be a marble. It could be there's a few different things it could be. Looking around, this doesn't seem to be the environment that either of those that a marble typically like grows in. This would not be a natural environment for a marble.
Does the bite size kind of line up with a marble?
It's hard to say. If it could, but it would be like it wouldn't be the entire mouth of the marble that got it. Like it would be only like one section of the marble, because a marble's mouth is very big. A marble's mouth could eat another marble
if they tried hard enough. Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry. Are you saying marble?
Marble.
M-A-R. Sorry, Morbol. It's M-O-R-B.
Sorry,
No, sorry, M-A-R-B-O-L.
M-O-R-B-O-L.
Okay.
Marble.
Yeah, M-O-R-B-O-L. That's it.
I'm saying marble because they're also known as Marlboros. And I'm
Yeah,
or
because
Malboros.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who don't play Final Fantasy, this is like the
It's the big
the
tentacle
monster from This is Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
But with tentacles on the bottom and walking around.
And it has the worst breath in the world.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and they're the Morbol. That's the name of it.
Morbol.
M-O-R-B-O-L. M-O-R-B-O-L is the name in 14.
The holders had to work on touch.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There are also some that are called Malboros. Morbol is just a more common version of a Malboro.
Yeah.
Marlboro Red or Gold.
That is the reference that they're making. Yes.
Yes.
That's why they have bad breath.
Drug my dog because she's afraid of the sky falling.
To be fair, I would also be afraid of the sky falling. That's terrifying.
That's why they have bad breath. It's the reference to the cigarettes.
Yep. But yeah, like it could be you. It doesn't. The bite marks don't match up to you. As far as Blount goes, you're not actually seeing any tracks. Sam did step away, so Sam might not have heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got wireless headphones, but not a wireless mic.
Ah,
okay,
okay.
I'm not seeing any tracks.
No, you're not seeing any tracks. That might just be because of the nature of the ground. Like there's it's
we on-
all rocky. It's all like rock and like rocky earth as opposed to dirt. So
Sure.
you might not be you might not be seeing anything just because the ground isn't particularly prone to taking tracks.
Can I jump up real high and see if I can't spot another pile of corpses or at least a trail of some sort?
Oh yeah, you can see without even jumping. You can see where the next batch of them are.
Oh, okay. It went that way. And I gesture.
I would like to try and whistle for wolves again because that worked well last time.
Okay,
Oh, is there any cactus friends?
make a performance check. There are no cactus friends now.
23.
You perform a wolf whistle.
Well, once again, doesn't seem to be anything here. Let's go back and see if we can get something else to do.
I have an idea. May get us a bit further. As I look up the...
I like to think
Okay.
that Rowena is actually just doing the and thinking that's a wolf call.
Oh, probably, yeah.
What's that Daisy Duke song by 303?
Like it's called a wolf whistle. It would be a whistle for wolves, wouldn't it?
Well, now you just got me wondering why it's called that, and I'm not even sure I want to know.
And it's called a wolf whistle because it is a thing that the men that are on the prowl for women would be considered the wolves making the whistles.
I always thought it was because it was the noise that one wolf in Looney Tunes did.
Who was doing
Yep.
what?
The name comes from the wolf character in the 1943 cartoon Red Hot Riding Hood.
Yes.
Are you
Riding Hood.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Who makes that whistle while hunting for a woman?
Yep. But the whistle itself originates from a boatswain's pipe.
Osen.
What hath science wrought? And by science, I mean my big stupid mouth.
Science has wrought knowledge.
Quick question.
Yes.
Seeing as how I was not here for the last session, did we get a reward for the wolves?
Yes.
Like a monetary?
An amount of gil, yes, that was split between the party.
Let
Okay.
me scroll back because I did the division, I believe, in game.
I have 740.
Because I would like to, if possible, retroactively purchase a spell component that I need.
It was 7,000 gil total. So, however that is split up.
I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was
1,400 each.
I
yeah.
blew all my money on a new shield and spear and stuff.
Okay. I would like to purchase. Oops.
Yeah.
A gilded acorn.
That costs how much?
200.
200 gil.
Uh,
Or 200 gold.
200 gold. That'd be what? 2,000 gil.
No, that would be 20,000 gil.
20,000 gil. Never mind.
Yeah, we haven't started making actual money yet. That's the tricky thing about Gil. It deceives you into thinking you have more money than you do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every
Alright,
every
then.
100 gil is 1 gold.
Yeah.
So you got
Okay,
14.
Pretend it's yen.
15
Yeah.
gold. Okay. Never mind then.
I currently have 18 gold.
I have 740 gil. It's a lot of gil.
But this job pays 10,000 gil, which is 100 gold
H.
total.
Yeah. The paperwork says 10,000 gil, and we all have a copy of the paperwork, so.
You'll have one copy of the
we're not.
paperwork, yes.
Blunt's just gonna start walking towards the next pile of bodies.
All right. Blount begins walking. The rest of you?
Yeah, follow.
Yeah, Faust will try and keep an eye out.
All right. You can give me another perception check.
I am bad at these.
I will do
I'll
the
do the
same
same.
because I am okay at them.
Go ahead.
5.
Oh, wow.
14.
I'm still gonna actually look for evidence of a creature leaving these corpses
Okay.
after. So 17.
Don't you have advantage on certain perception checks? Or no, you just have proficiency in perception. That's right.
They're based on hearing.
You have advantage in ones that are based on hearing,
Uh,
or you just have
believe
perception. You just have
so.
perception.
Your
as a skill.
horns funnel the ears, right? I'm pretty sure that's it.
It
yeah.
looks
I
like
have
it's
to
just,
open up.
it's just perception proficiency.
Oh yeah, it just gives me
Yeah.
because I didn't choose that.
Yeah, I just remembered my spellcasting DC is higher than my health.
Jeez.
You worry me sometimes, my
Oh,
dude
yeah.
entity.
So it is. What? Yeah, Narn, you should have more than health than that. Oh, it's not connected. Why isn't it connected? Let me. Are the rest of you connected? The rest of you are
I have
connected.
21 hit points.
Yeah, for some
It's
reason.
because the default thing isn't connected. It's done this to you every time you put it on a new map.
I need to fix that. I'll fix that. Well,
I will reluctantly follow, just like begrudgingly. It's like, more walking.
So,
Rowena last in the line despite Mikoko's 25-foot movement speed.
yeah. So, you continue on to the next batch. The next batch, much the same as the first, though this is the one that has the adamantoise in it. You can see that whatever it was bit clean through the adamantoise's shell.
That's wild.
Which indicates massive jaw strength for whatever it is. You're still not you're still not noticing any tracks, though. Naren, you are noticing a bit. So there's not a lot. There is some grass. There's not a lot of grass. You wouldn't call it grassland, but there is some grass. You are noticing that around the victims, some of the grass has been blown up, like sort of blown out of the ground, as if by very strong wind.
So it's like bald patches where there generally shouldn't be, or where it doesn't seem like there should be.
There are already bald patches all over the place. There are bald patches that you can very clearly tell from your 17 survival roll were not originally bald patches.
Okay.
And it looks like it was scattered by some sort of downforce of wind.
I'll try to figure out where the source came from, and then look for.
Right above where the bald patches are.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Would be where the source came from, because downforce.
Yeah. So straight down.
Yeah.
Does my Dragoon Crystal knowledge give me anything about this?
Make a nature check.
What? Yeah. What creatures create a bit of wind directly down before they strike?
Things that fly. So
Well-
we're likely not going to find tracks.
But they also cause extreme rot.
Blount, looking at, sort of drawing on the knowledge of your Dragoon Soul Crystal and looking at the wounds you're seeing, they look like they could be dragon bites, but not of any dragon you're familiar with.
Okay. Good news, they're not dragons.
That is good news.
Well,
That is very broad news.
well, no, they could be dragons. Just
No, they're not dragons.
If he's never heard of them, clearly they're not dragons.
Fair.
They're not dragons.
Fair.
Dude, you're talking to the Dragoon. To be fair, though, this dragoon crystal not knowing about dragons is very in line with where I want me as a dragoon to go. So, I'm gonna look to the skies and see if I can't see anything in the horizon flying around.
Nothing at the moment. Eerily quiet.
No birds, no nothing, huh?
No, it's they're doing that thing where when an apex predator's in the area, they're hiding.
And we're not near any conspicuous mountains, are we?
I mean, you're
Just the minivan corpse.
yeah, just the. I mean, you're near a few rocky shelves.
I want to go up, like near, within a couple minutes walk near.
Yeah,
I'd like to go up to the top of that.
sure. Blount begins heading towards a rocky outcropping. The rest of you?
I want to see if I can't find a pattern or a trail leading off into the wherever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That might be wise. If you do, let us know. Faust will sort of try and see if there's any kind of directionality to the wind impact. Like if it came from a specific direction, like if it was flying low for a while, or if it just dropped out of the sky on this thing.
Sure. Give me another survival check. Actually,
Not
this
bad.
one would be an investigation check since you're not looking.
That's better.
You're trying to analyze the things somebody else has found. You're not trying to find anything. Also,
17.
Everyone give me a perception check while you're at it. With a 17, it definitely looks like some sort of flying creature, like it was hovering while it was attacking.
Blount, will you stop bouncing?
It's how I climb.
But you're all the way over there, and you're flinging rocks over here.
It's not my fault the rocks are loose. If they didn't want to be flung, they should have been stuck better.
Mostly all you guys can hear is Blount pogoing his way over to the rocks.
Not how you use a lance.
A lance or a shovel?
Yes, Blount confirmed is Shovel Knight. So Blount, you get up to the top of the rocky outcropping. You look around.
Right? Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, as you're looking around, you're seeing more, trails of bodies. It doesn't seem like there's any specific pattern going on, which sort of tells you that you're probably inside a hunting radius. Like it's not like whatever it was is going from of animals to group to animals, because the animals aren't in any sort of position relation to each other.
No, we're just in the area it likes to hang out, and if you're in that area, you're gonna get bit.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. New plan. We need some bait.
Keep bouncing.
Is Faust able to find any kind of like directionality from that?
Like I said earlier, with a 17, whatever did this was hovering. It was it was attacking them while it was hovering.
But did it seem to initiate this attack basically by dropping out of the sky at them, or what? Did it like fly low in towards them? Or
yeah, it sort of like went up high and then dropped and then dove down on them.
Okay. So I wouldn't be able to tell if it came from a direction in particular because it just sort of dropped from high up.
Basically, yeah.
Is it particularly cloudy today?
No. Fairly clear and sunny.
So I just had a really strange vision in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
We know this thing flies, it bites things, has a very large mouth, and is definitely not a dragon. So I had a vision of a massive murderous pelican.
Oh. It fits. The MO, it's all there.
While we're walking around, obviously in a hunting area now, that's been established, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Same.
Good idea. So
Haven't done that
I'd
before.
like one of you to roll me a d5.
This is
Sure.
which one of us gets attacked.
I'll do it. I'm not afraid. As I
That's the
said last
spirit.
week, God himself couldn't kill me.
Well, either it's you that's getting attacked, or it's absolutely not you that's getting attacked because you rolled a
Either
5.
way,
One,
Either way,
two,
it's gonna
three,
be interesting.
4.
This is the part where we found out John counted down in the Discord call. It's going to be me.
No, I'm counting based on positions of tokens on a map you guys can't see.
You
Well,
put
then.
my token at the top.
I'm counting from left to right.
So it's me then.
Well, Rowena, you do suddenly realize that you're in a bit of shade.
Uh-oh.
I do relax a bit because the sun is hot.
Yeah, no, it is nice. It's it's nice. There's a little bit of cooling. There's a bit of a breeze that's coming down now. Since none of you rolled high enough in perception to hear this.
I didn't roll
Yeah.
perception at all. I was busy investigating.
So you're all looking in a few. So Blount, you're sort of standing up on the rock, hand over your eyes, sort of scanning the horizon. The others of
Looking
you,
straight into the sun.
everyone else is looking at Faust, who is sort of kneeling down and CSIing the ground, and Rowena's like sort of in the back of the group at the moment.
We're all looking a different direction, and we're just like, if the camera was looking at all of us, you just see Rowena in the background getting carried away.
Does a 16 hit
Rowena
you?
just
Does a
got
16 hit
Batmaned.
you, Rowena?
Oh yeah.
All right. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As you
the
all
one
hear
the one that I have a negative in.
as you all hear the sound of something liquid hitting the ground.
Oh.
Congratulations, you're not poisoned. You do, however, take 16 points of poison damage.
The echo triggers. I am on one.
There is just behind you. There's the sound of.
As Rowena is covered in a poisonous loogie.
Basically, yes.
The world's largest pigeon.
And you hear the sound of wings beating in the distance.
Oh, Faust looks towards that direction.
You see Rowena
Same.
covered in poisonous muck that is causing her hair to curl and die.
Ugh.
Oh god, I'm ruined.
Ruined.
Ugh.
Sorry. Not really.
Are we
Faust.
actively in combat at this
No,
point?
no. You see a figure. You can see a figure on that looks like it's flying towards the horizon and beginning to sort of loop back around.
Oh, way is it?
I suppose I start screaming at some point.
It definitely, I mean, yeah, it hurts.
Come here. Come here. And I cast first level cure wounds.
Faust will sort of group up next to those two and sort of raise his shield and just ready the gunblade in the other hand and be ready to try and. This thing seems to have attacked from a distance, so I'm going to be ready to shoot it if it gets within range of my gunblade.
You heal 8 hit points.
That is over half of my hit points.
So you all can now see very clearly as it's on the approach.
May I just quickly do one thing?
Go ahead.
Mikoko would also regroup and, in the hope of stopping Rowena from screaming, cast Prestidigitation to clear the stuff off her.
Ooh.
Hey, prestidigitation does have practical uses.
I mean, yeah, I've
Yeah.
done a lot of cleaning with it.
As you all regroup, feel free to position yourselves. As you all regroup and see this figure coming, it is a large, black-scaled, draconic creature. Two very large, leathery wings covered in dark scales, beating viciously as it approaches. Large quadrupedal reptilian creature with glowing red eyes and a pair of horns stained purple that just approaches very, very rapidly. It is indeed some form of dragon, but you all instinctively know there's something wrong with this dragon. It is, and Naren, you and Mikoko know what's wrong with this dragon. It is a dragon that has been saturated in the void, in the liquid power of darkness. It is a void-born worm.
I assume that worm is with a Y.
Yes, with a Y.
Weirm.
Worm.
And
As it rapidly approaches, you all will have effectively one round before it lands.
what do I know about, what do I know about voidborn creatures?
So Voidborn or Voidsent are entities that have been summoned from the void, a world of endless shadow where darkness reigns supreme. There are a wide variety of them. They come in all manner of shapes and sizes. They're also referred to as demons colloquially. Typically, you've never heard of one like a dragon being void sent. But the void can also infect other creatures. You don't have to be summoned from the void in order to be voidborn. It can be like those that can wield the magics of the void can also use it to infect other creatures.
All right. That is concerning. So I almost slipped into Ithram.
So, we have one round before combat initiates. Narn, what are you doing?
I'm actually going to last for 1 minute. I'm going to hold my action for when it gets within 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to cast blindness on it.
All right. Blount, what are you doing?
I would like to ready an action. When it comes within range, I would like to jump attack on it.
Okay. Mikoko, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Actually, sorry. Yeah.
While you're thinking about it, Faust, what are you doing?
Very similarly, probably preparing to shoot it with my gunner shot.
All right. Rowena, what are you doing?
I am going to back up a little bit and cast Fog Cloud.
All right. Mikoko, what are you doing?
I guess I just ready a jolt. So that's 60-foot range.
Okay. What's the radius on Fog Cloud?
20-foot radius sphere.
Would pretty much catch everybody but Blount.
I'm aiming it a little bit
Sentinel.
more out to the side, so like I've got a bit of cover, but I'm not trying to get anyone else.
I'm going to give it to you so that you can control it and put it where you want it to be.
Hooray.
That's it's only 35-foot radius. Needs to be.
Well, that doesn't
No,
include
that doesn't include the starting point. It's a 40-foot radius across.
Oh, there it is.
All right, you have control of it, Elle, so you can move it as you like.
There we go.
Wow. Wow. man.
All right, you caught me in it even inadvertently.
Inadvertently?
You gave me obscurement.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's why I said inadvertently.
Hmm. And that's why I questioned the in part of that.
So yeah, Mikoko.
I mean, that's a helpful thing for me.
Yeah, like I said, I will basically just ready a jolt. So when it gets within 60 feet, I'll pick a shot at it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what you had said. All right, so it lands. This fairly large, not the largest dragon you can recall information about, Blount, but it's a pretty large dragon. It lands, slamming into the ground, bits of dirt and rock just sort of cascading in front of it as it slides to a halt, opening up this massive draconic jaw and emitting a roar from deep within its gut. As it lands, what's the range on that? Okay. As it lands here. Which is within range of several of your abilities.
It is a tiny Bahamut.
Ickle wickle.
Not mine, though.
Nope. It's got to be within 15 feet for me to jump on it.
So it lands within
Just-
Mikoko's ability then.
Yep.
And
on it.
mine, but I will elect not to take advantage of it right now.
I'm gonna go on 11 to see my miss.
An 11 does unfortunately miss as you shoot out that jolt, and the dragon just sort of like shrugs underneath it as it goes wide. And that's where we will initiate initiative.
Click on my token. Click on a thing. Hiya. Oh, at least the dragon rolled worse than me.
I haven't rolled for the dragon yet.
No, the dragon rolled worse than me. Give me one. Just, come on.
I mean, Rowena rolled worse than you.
Yeah, but Rowena usually rolls worse than me. Probably because she's got a negative initiative.
No. That's
No?
No, that's 14 dexterity.
Huh?
All right. So we
I have a
begin.
negative constitution.
That's what it is. Okay.
We begin combat with Naren.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Blindness.
All right. What does that have to save against?
So Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
Also, can one of you roll me a d4, please?
Okay.
2.
Who it is?
All right. We'll go with the 2. Natural 20 on the con save.
Son of a bitch. So and then 1, 2,
And
3.
just so you, this isn't spoilers or anything. Just so you know, I had you roll to determine what it last ate. I had you roll a d4.
Ooh, what did he eat?
Something that makes its poison apply the deafened condition, in addition to a poison condition.
Oh boy.
I've never had to listen to any of you. So
And bonus action, start praying as I back into the mist, Homer Simpson into a hedge style.
I fucking love bonus action. I start to pray.
And it actually has a use.
Yeah,
rather than just.
I just like it being a sentence that we say. Bonus action, I pray. All right. Faust.
I am just fast enough to get up to it. Okay. I get up to it.
Hi, Beatrice.
I take a swing at it.
What? Well, if you want to watch TV, you have to go back that way.
No, I'm very excited to finally be able to use the True North ability.
A
I've
15
had all game.
hits.
Good. I will fire off my elemental slash. So that's going to be 11 slashing damage and a d12 of, I'm going to say lightning. 10 more lightning damage.
Go see Mommy. All right.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to taunt it.
All right. 15 charisma save.
What is the DC of my taunt? I believe it's only a 14, so that will be a success.
All right. Mikoko.
Will stay right where she is and cast Shatter, centered here, to catch this dragon and avoid Faust.
All right. What's the saving throw has to make?
It is Constitution.
Rolled an 8.
And DC is 14.
And so is the damage, luckily enough.
Let me just pull up. I want to find that. There it is. Sorry, I just need to double check how much this costs me. 6. All right.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that's not right. No, it's only 3. My bad. I will spend a flare point to turn that into a bonus action, though.
Okay.
And then I jolt him again. Or try to. 14?
A 14 will hit.
Alright. And that's going to be 8 force damage.
It takes 8 damage. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right.
We did the same amount of damage with a 1 point difference between the two of us.
Well,
I did 21, you did 22.
the tank has its attention right now, so it's gonna, even though it wasn't taunted, it's still gonna attack the tank.
Good.
It is going to make a tongue attack. As it opens its maw, where you would expect it. I mean, it has quite a fanged maw. And a variety of claws and spikes. But the thing that you notice first as it comes whipping out at you is its almost club-like tongue that just lashes out and strikes at you.
Brax with how to put in chat.
Wow. Yep.
Does a 15 hit you, Faust?
It does not.
All right. It then whips around and strikes at you with its tail. Does a 20 hit you?
That does.
All right. That's 12 bludgeoning damage as the tail strikes you.
Doing all right.
And then it rears back, looks down at you, and just unleashes this globule of greenish poison at you. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you take 14 poison damage.
18.
You succeed. And that's its turn. Blount.
All right. I just took all of its hits.
Oh,
Well, you took
there's
two
a lot
its
of those.
hits.
I lost track in the middle of all of those.
It only made 3 attacks. You only took 2 of them.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I have reach.
Mm-hmm.
flanking, could I be flanking from? It would have to be this square, right?
No, you have to be able to draw a
I'd have
line
to
through the
be-
token. Yeah, there you
So
go.
this square.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit far for me.
That square at minimum. That square. That square. That
Right.
square.
But if I was
That square.
here, it would be fine.
Yeah, there would also be fine.
Okay, but not unfortunately.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It kisses.
It kisses
Yeah,
it, but doesn't go through
through.
it. Yeah.
Okay. I would like. Gosh, if I stand in line with it, that's kind of just asking for a. Yeah, I'll move right there, in some sort of hop, skip, and jump. And then I will make the first time I've ever done this, a lancet attack, which is very
Which is hilarious
fun,
because
and
you're at full health, aren't you?
Yeah, but it gives me temporary hit points.
That's
not,
right.
Not real hit points.
That's right.
Temporary hit
And I
points are
need
just
to
as real
stock
as
up,
real
I'm
hit
pretty
points.
sure. No, they come from different sources, so I'm not going to get the nice healing that someone's going to give me later. I know it. Does a 27 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Actually, Lancet specifically says that while you're under you can make an action to recover hit points equal to half the damage of your weapon's attack, rounded up.
Yeah, but they're temporary hit points.
No, it's just you recover hit points according to Lancet.
Let's take a look at it.
You
At least
recover
in the
hit points.
PDF version that I have.
Yep, just
Yes!
recover hit points.
Oh my goodness.
Temporary is not there.
Fantastic. Well,
So would you rather just make it a regular attack instead of a lance attack?
yes. Yes, I would love for that to be. Well, yes.
Because
Yeah,
you do have a
that's,
limited number of those. So either way, you still use True North. So
Yep.
20. Yes, that hits. All damage.
All right, it's the same damage, so I'm just gonna hit this button here. 11 piercing damage.
So you jam
And-
your spear in your lance into the flank of this worm.
Crescent Moon Strike. As I make an attack on a thing, I get to do another attack.
If there is
Because
a
I'm-
directly beside the target.
Oh, damn it. Well, not on Faust then. Faust, what's your AC?
Higher than that.
All right, it misses.
Yeah, you make a second attack on another creature.
I'm just trying to do new stuff. Come on.
All right, Rowena.
Okay, I will have to have my token moved to the top of the thing because otherwise I'll have to move the cloud every time.
There you go.
There we go. So I will move the now reduced movement speed because that's how dance magic works because I need to concentrate.
Yep.
And I believe that's it.
And
Yep.
No other attacks or actions?
Nothing that works.
All right. Naren.
All right. Bonus action, pray again. Or keep my prayer up. Let's see. Up. And yeah, I'm gonna use one of those prayers to cast a first level cure wounds on Faust. So you just see a glowing palm come flying out of this mist, out of the fog on you for 5 hit points. Man, that sucked.
Better than nothing.
Do you need to be able
Yep.
to save for that?
No, technically I'm supposed to be able to touch, but I mean if I have to.
Cure Wounds does
Let me
not
check.
specify that you need to see, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't
Creature
say.
you touch regains a number of hit points. So I beseech the element. It's actually a hand made of fog. Because I'm beseeching the elements. So
Yeah.
a teeny water elemental flies out in the shape of a hand and pats you on the back and says, "Keep going."
It's an Aquando and you
That's
don't
me.
understand it, so.
Yep. Just sounds like.
Sounds like somebody gargling in your ear, really.
Mm-hmm. Just what the
Gross.
fuck?
Anything else on your turn, Narn?
No, that's bonus action and action. I guess just to be sure, I'll back up a little bit more into the fog and keep a listen out.
Notably, the heavily obscured status does not actually blind the people inside of it. It just blinds anyone trying to look into it. So you can actually look out of the fog.
A creature in a heavily obscured area effectively suffers from the blinded condition.
That's not what I'm reading here. A heavily obscured area doesn't blind you, but you're effectively blinded when you try to see something obscured by it. A creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in that area.
Oh. Yeah, I got mine from the PHB, so.
It may have been updated. It doesn't matter. I have to rule on it anyways, and it also doesn't matter because that spell doesn't require you to see the target.
Y'all should just take blind fighting.
Faust!
Da-da-da-da.
Unbelievable.
That comes later.
I'll step over here to get advantage.
Hooray!
I keep trying to think of the Final Fantasy IX fight music, but what keeps popping into my head is Pokemon battles. Which is totally
And
unrelated.
I will
Got
fire
that
off
Star
another
Trek.
elemental slash.
Mhm.
Another one
I keep trying to think
damage.
of the FF9 battle music as well, but I get the fairy battle music instead.
9 damage.
Alright.
And that is the end of my turn. I will not taunt it this time because I'm not... Actually, you know what I will do? Is drink one of my cheat potions.
Thank you.
Cram
Damn
a
it.
cheap potion in your face.
I meant to buy cheap potions with everyone.
I get one more hit point.
I still have 3.
I
Don't worry, I
held
have a
off
healer's
on
kit.
buying more.
Mikoko.
I held off on buying more because I was like, oh, we'll all go shopping for them next. I didn't want to. Yeah, well.
Alright, I'm going to spend 3 more of my ether points for a second level healing word on Faust. There we go, you can have 9 more.
No, it's just.
Yeah,
Oh no,
second
no, okay,
level.
sorry. It works differently on so many different Sorry, the way Roll20 showcases the higher level casting changes from spell to spell sometimes. Because sometimes that top number will be the level that you're casting it at, not actually any additional dice, and sometimes it'll be additional dice. It's so fucking weird.
That it's on top if it's extra stuff, You'd think that'd be on the bottom.
I don't know. I just do what the page tells me.
Yeah, fair.
And then I will. Yeah, I guess I'll just fire off another jolt. 23.
That one hits.
For 2 damage.
All right. Anything else?
Yes, I will just scooch forward 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. So the worm is seeing that the injuries it's inflicting are being healed. It doesn't like that.
Oh boy.
It takes off. Attacks opportunity from Blount and Faust.
Huzzah!
Are we still considered flanking it at that point?
Yeah, you're considered flanking at the point that it leaves your field. So.
Oh, excellent.
16 hits.
And let's see. Yeah. 6 slashing. Use another munition. 8 more lightning damage.
And Blount. 15 hits.
Excellent. 11 damage again.
So it takes off, landing next to Mikoko. Actually, landing here next to Mikoko.
I know what feat I'm getting at 4th level.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Is
It's
it?
mobile, isn't it?
Well, it was actually, yes, mobile. I have a screenshot of a conversation that says take the mobile feat.
I'm going to use...
Is it hovering, or is it like
No, it landed.
being a worm on the ground?
It landed.
Wait, it has legs? Oh yeah, of
Yes,
course
it
it
has
has
4
legs.
legs.
Sorry. No.
Let's see. Which one of these is better?
Ask yourself that.
See the lamentations of their women?
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Breathe on yourself.
Ooh, it's spitting ghosts.
It's spitting poison. And
You may need to alt-click that to make it not actually spread out of the squares that it's supposed to be spreading in. There you go.
there we go. So yeah, so
Counter spell.
just Mikoko and Naren need to make a Constitution saving throw as it spews this cloud of viscous poison spit.
Oh,
The trick is
boy.
to inhale before the poison. 10.
I like
Oh,
that.
okay.
I like the thing that you're saying that as it's coming at you and it catches you mid sentence.
The trick is to inhale before.
Yeah.
All right,
Mouthful
so
of bug spray. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikoko just lets out this short scream as it lands right next to her.
10s fail. So you are both poisoned for 1 minute and also deafened.
What gets rid of poison?
Antidote.
Antidote.
Cool.
And you both take 25 points of poison damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
You fire off your echo.
Wait, could.
Unless you don't want to.
I'm at 1 hit point.
I feel like, again, if I use the echo, it will just hit me anyway.
Well, that's the end of its turn.
Oh, wait.
So
When do you take poison damage?
it doesn't get a multi attack when it uses its poison spray. It only gets multi attack if it's doing the multi attack.
Right, but if you're poisoned, when do you take poison damage?
This is not the
It's not a continuous poison.
this is the regular poison, so condition where you
Okay.
you have disadvantage on things.
Yeah. Okay.
So
In
it's
that case, I will use the echo this time.
so the two of you remain
just
standing through force of the echo.
There's just this faint red glow from in Mikoko's pocket.
As your soul crystals sustain you. And you are both poisoned. Poisoned and...
Hey, poisonos!
You are both poisoned and deafened. Poison, deafen.
Just rubbing my arm. Poison.
Poison.
Poison. Tasty fish.
Alright. And Blount.
Oh boy, huh? It's rough. Not a lot for me to do. Mikoko is threatening this giant worm, yes?
Technically,
You
yes.
still see it, so yes.
Alright. We're gonna go.
I'm just gonna go ahead
We're
and
gonna go
plug this
right
into chat
there.
because I can.
Take a little
There we go.
stabby stab. And I also have True North because you're not incapacitated, right?
Oh.
Yes, good.
I forgot to update a thing.
Hands off the chess piece. Does a
No,
20 hit?
no, I'm not. This is not on the chess piece. This is for you guys. Because at 3rd level, you get another. Your Echo evolves, and you get another ability. Let me do that. Let me put that in real quick.
Remember that your True North is like a sneak attack, where you only get it once per turn.
Right. Well, I only do one attack
Yeah.
because there's not another.
Yeah, but when you hit 5th level, it'll only carry once.
Yeah.
But it does work on your reaction attacks.
All right.
Oh.
So yeah,
Because like sneak attack, it's on a different turn.
if you look,
Yeah, that's fun.
if you look at the Echo handout now, you'll see there's a new line.
If I find the Echo handout and oh, I have advantage on saving throws against charm and enchantment spells that would seek to control my mind or actions.
Damn it. I mean, oh, that's good.
That is good.
All right. And yes, a 20 hits with the lance.
Yeah. 6 piercing into your hide, worm.
All right.
Have at thee.
Anything else on your turn?
I mean, you know what? Yes. Can I jump on this creature and be on this creature?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've used my action, is why I'm asking.
Oh. You can use your movement to jump, though, can't you?
Yeah, well, that's what, like, can I jump
Yeah.
on this creature and be on this creature without using an action?
Yeah, you can just use the rest of your movement, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Hiya.
All right. Rowena.
I'm going to advance in the mist.
You advance in the mist.
And apparently I can see through, and other people can't see in.
Let me double check that information.
Yes, because that will be relevant.
This is in the Vision and Light chapter of D&D Beyond.
Vision and Light. This is from the basic rules, which are also the player's handbook. A heavily obscured area, such as darkness, opaque fog, or dense foliage, blocks vision entirely. A creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition while trying to see something in that area. The presence or absence of light in an environment creates 3 categories of illumination. Yeah, so basically, anybody trying to see into the fog, anybody trying to see anything that is in the fog, that includes people that are in the fog trying to see anybody else that is in the fog, suffer from the blinded condition. But seeing outside the fog does not. So it's not that you're blinded when you're in it, or you're blinded when you're looking into it. It's in order to see, when you're trying to see anything that resides within the fog, you are considered blinded.
I guess that did get an update.
Excellent. Well, that puts me within chakram hucking range.
Yeah, so like if Rowena was trying to spot Naren, she would be considered blinded. If Naren was trying to spot Rowena, he would be considered blinded. If anybody outside was trying to spot either of them on the inside, they would be considered blinded. But Rowena trying to spot the Voidborn Worm is not considered blinded.
Or the back of Mikoko's head as a chakram hurtles towards it.
That either.
I mean, yes, the worm.
Ranged limit break. Wait, that's a line. I know.
So I don't have advantage because I'm not technically flanking.
Correct.
A 6.
A 6 misses.
A feather in Mikoko's hat just
Well,
rolls.
it does come flying back to me as I recall it, and I will use my remaining 5 feet of movement to retreat further in.
All right, Naren.
All right, I can't hear. Everything sucks.
You are poisoned condition.
I am poison condition. So I'm gonna keep praying. bump
If
that
you
back up
pray
to
when
2.
you're deafened, can anyone hear you? The answer is yes.
I
It's
can
just
in my
fun.
head.
The answer is yes, but
Let's see. And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
What does a white mage pray to? Just Heidelin?
in this case, the elements.
Yep.
Uh,
Let's see. I'm going to use the. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use another Reach of the Unseen to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on Mikoko.
All right.
For 14 hit points.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And then, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back in the fog. And now I'm at full limit break, so I can use that next turn, I believe. Okay.
okay.
All right. Faust.
Nobody sneeze in my direction.
Sorry, I just sneezed.
Faust will walk over here and flank with Blauant.
Technically,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm on top, so anything downwards is through.
Like I said, technically, yes. Which is the best kind of yes.
22. I am out of munitions, but take 9 more slashing.
All right. It's interesting how long it lasted on 1 hit point. So you slice through it. You're firing that trigger for that last round of munitions, and as you blast through it with your sword and Blount, you're sort of on top of it, readying to stab.
Oh no, I'm out of ammo. I couldn't pull the trigger again. I fired my 3 shots.
It collapses to the ground underneath Blount, seeping this viscous black ooze. As it does, you all get the sense that something is watching you, and you feel a stirring in the ether. No, not yet.
No.
That was the first section of the fight. Yeah, let me find.
Now it's time for the floating eyes.
From within the body of the Voidborn worm, a dark portal erupts. This circular plane of dark energy that just opens in the middle of the air, causing you all to take a step back. Where is the thing that I'm looking for? There it is. Yeah. And from within that darkness, a creature floats out, touching down on the ground as 4 paws from a wolf-like entity hits the ground where that worm had been. As it now rolls into the initiative.
Come on, low.
It did roll low.
Oh, happy day.
Mikoko, it's your turn.
All right. Hmm. That's on the border. It's not like kissing the edge. Is that flanking?
No.
Oh, the arrow again?
No, this one's too small to flank at those awkward angles like that.
Ah. Heck. All right. Hmm. Oh, I
What's
know what
your-
I can do. I will budge over to here and point blank burning hands.
Fair enough. Make an Arcana check, Mikoko, as you get ready to cast the spell.
And I do so with disadvantage because I am still poisoned.
Yes.
Still get a 14.
As you're preparing to cast the spell, you get a glimpse of just a bit of fire behind the eyes of this creature, and you get a sense that fire might not be too terribly effective on it.
Well, am I allowed to change my option? My
Yes,
response.
yes, you are. That's why you made the Arcana roll.
Well, all right then. Unfortunately, anything else I do is either going to be at disadvantage or hit someone else.
I mean, if you got to hit someone, I'll take a hit.
Are you sure you can take a hit from a shatter?
I'd rather not.
I thought so.
Mainly because I just spent all of my money on cool stuff, and I don't want to watch it crumble in my hands.
Crumble like your dreams.
Like a kid went to a dollar store and bought a nice new plastic sword, and you stomped on it in front of him.
Well, I am not gonna lie, I am completely hosed here because everything I do is going to be at disadvantage.
I mean, disadvantage doesn't mean you're not going to hit. It just means that it's going to be harder
Just means
to
it's
hit.
harder. It's technically it works out to like a -5 to your attacks.
And at this low level, that is quite relevant, I feel.
Just make it more epic when you one-shot it.
Oh, yeah.
You can
That
always roll
explodes in
2 20s.
Oh, yeah, that's so... Yeah, why not? Rip to you, I'm different. I just roll 2 20s.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
I mean, if it were me, I would simply succeed instead.
See, I have an idea, but I don't really want to use it because it usually drains my resources.
You can always just stab it with your sword.
Yeah, I may as well just try to stab it.
Stab it from Hell's Heart.
17.
Hits.
10.
10 piercing damage.
Very good.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's going to be it.
Blount.
Hey, guess what I've got?
Flanking.
Flanking, which gives me...
A flat roll because you're using your lance within 5 feet.
No, a flat roll because I'm using a net.
You
does
miss.
an 8?
You miss.
Oh. Dare to dream, huh?
Almost.
One day you'll hit a creature with a net.
One day.
And that is literally my entire turn.
One day. One day something. All right. It's the Hellhound's
One day
turn.
more. Heckhound, please.
Oh no. We pronounce the L's.
Would it be a Hell's Hound?
I mean, yeah. Hell's Hound.
Hell's Hound General, I think is the proper declension.
It's gonna move. Hang on. Let me look at that thing real quick.
Go on, leave my range. You know you want to. It's not like I have a backup net. Or do I?
Yeah. So it's going to move like this, provoking attacks of opportunity.
Now, I was wielding a net at the time.
You can make an attack of opportunity with the net if you so desire, yes.
I would love to.
Unfortunately, that would not be flanking at the time.
It would.
Well, no, because it would have been moving out of this spot when it provoked the attack.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's right.
It's fine. I'm gonna hit anyway.
So all three of you miss.
Well, it would have been really cool though.
And then it turns around and does the thing Mikoko was about to do to it. So I need all three of you to make dexterity saving throws.
I am so good
no.
at this.
The net.
Oh, sorry.
This one
That's
does
a
not do anything to my saving throws.
that's a 7 for me.
All right. Faust and Mikoko take half. Blount takes full.
Cool.
So Blount.
All right, that was the other feat that I have to choose between Sentinel and Shield Master.
So Blount takes 18 fire damage, and the other two take 9.
All right. Now we get to see Lancet in action.
As it just backs up and unleashes fire. Rowena,
Yes.
it's your turn.
That's 10 feet of movement. Going to Chakram.
Haha.
A natural
critical
20
hit.
hits.
For 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And I don't get any of my other fancy stuff because I don't have advantage and everyone is inexplicably moved out of the way. And back in the fog.
I love the dancing in and out of the fog. Narin.
All right. I can't find the thing that tells me what my limit break does.
It's in the handouts. Is the limit breaks document.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Limit break and adventurer's roll. You have a choice between Healing Wind and Clear Tranquil,
Second.
which you actively can't affect Rowena with because you can't see her.
This is true. Let's see.
Yeah. So you've got
Healing Wind. Oh, that's temporary hit points.
Healing Wind gives temporary hit points.
It gives a good amount of temporary hit points to a lot of people, though.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that you specifically used that last week to great effect.
Oh yeah. And Clear Tranquil.
Counterpoint. Clear Tranquil will get rid of our poisons, and I would very much like to use another limit break option on my turn.
It'll get rid of your
Oh,
poison
yes.
and deafened.
Ooh, do you have the range?
No, it can end one condition.
Yeah, but the poison is the thing that is deafening you. So if you remove the poison, the deafen goes away too.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
And we also choose which condition it is, so yeah.
Yeah, I will use. Yeah, I'm gonna use clear tranquil.
All right. Do you remove the
To
poison
end of-
condition?
Yes.
Then you also remove the deafen condition.
Oh, I do that too.
Because the poison is causing the deafened.
All right. And then bonus action pray.
All right.
And I will move a little bit closer.
And remember to empty
In the
your
fog.
remember to empty your limit break gauge.
Yep.
Faust.
I'm debating. Because the only thing I've seen this thing do is cast a spell.
Well, it breathed fire. It didn't cast a spell.
Okay.
I didn't even know the worm was pregnant.
I will move over here and use my
Yes, please.
action to shield wall
You best
And
believe
provide-
that's flanking.
and provide Blauent and Mikoko and myself resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing until the end of my turn. End of my next turn.
All right. Mikoko.
I'm gonna start with hang on, how much do I need for that? Just 2? Alright. I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
I regain 6.
Vercure in action.
And then for my action, Mikoko, instead of using her usual casting focus, her soul crystal has appeared in her hand. She slams that into the catch on her rapier, and I use my limit break Sky Shard.
All right. What does Sky Shard look like?
She raises the soul crystal and rapier up to the sky, and this almost meteorish hunk of ether just smashes down into the Hellhound. So I need me a ranged spell attack, which I'll just use a jolt for. That's a crit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you can crit
8
with,
d12 plus your spellcasting modifier.
you can indeed crit with Sky Shard, so
How does 65 damage handle this thing?
it's gone.
There's this just ripple of red light across the battlefield as this shard of ether hits, and there's not much left.
Blount's like, all right, I'm going to flank and I'm going to hit it with the... Oh.
Lon was looking forward to getting some healing back. It was going to be a good time.
Well, yes, the shard strikes the Hellhound. There's an explosion of ether that bathes you all in red light for a moment. And when the dust clears, there is just this dissipating dark fog emanating out of both the Voidborn Worm's body and the Hellhound as they both dissipate into ether.
And a crater.
And a crater, yes.
Yes, there's a very small crater there, and perhaps for the first time, an actual confident look on Mikoko's face.
And we are out of initiative.
Well done, Faust
Like, wow,
says as he
horrible.
kind of kicks over the dissolving Hellhound.
I chugged 2 potions, one right after the other.
He's just
Starts rolling up his net, staring approvingly at Mikoko, who's done some strong magical work today.
I like to think you just hold 2 potions between 3 fingers, pop the corks on both, and
Yes.
just shotgun them.
Yes.
Like you're punching
For
yourself in the face,
6.
but with bottles.
Yep. I now have 7 hit points.
Leave the corks in and just stab through the bottom of the bottle.
No,
No,
throw them in
that's
my
what the
mouth and
horns are
chew.
I was going to say, that's what the horns are for. He's got natural corkscrews.
So,
That's hilarious, actually. Now that you mentioned that, I can just picture an Aura using their horns as a corkscrew.
Yeah, no, they count as earplugs now. Let's see.
A chakram comes flying out of the fog towards the corpse and then recalling back into the fog.
It's done, Rowena.
Yes. Shall we head back?
There's nothing left. They've crumbled into ash and blown away entirely.
They crumbled into ether and dissipated.
Sorry, ether.
Yeah, since I have 2 vials recently open, can I try to gather some?
The ether's intangible. You can't gather it like
Okay.
that. You could gather it in like an uncharged crystal, but you can't really gather it in just like a vial.
Naren, can I borrow one of those vials?
Awesome one.
It's going to capture the air where the worm was.
Is there any of the poison goop still laying on the ground from when it?
Yes, from when it spat
All right,
on
I'll
Faust and
scoop
Rowena
some. Yeah,
and Mikoko and you. Yeah.
yeah. I will. I don't know if I really want to stick my hand in that.
Ikoko just snaps her fingers and she's clean again.
Blount, scoop some of this up.
Blount will use one of his the tip of his giant lance to drip into the thing. As
I
soon
guess
as
I
it's
could scoop some up with a dagger.
off, he's gonna stab it into the dirt, clean it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'll scoop and scrape with the dagger.
You managed to get a couple vials worth of this acid, this poison like, or this acid like poison, I guess.
Yeah, stopper it.
2 vials.
2 vials of void dragon poison.
Yep.
So,
Let us return to the Hunters Guild.
what does the paperwork look like? Do we have to provide
Paper.
proof?
Did the paperwork ask for proof, or?
Typically, yes, you'll want proof.
Paperwork survived the acid.
Yes, the paperwork survived the acid. It was
That's a good thing I've got this vial. As he shakes his
it was
air-filled vial.
underneath Faust's armor, so the armor
Yeah.
got covered in acid, but Faust didn't. But the paperwork didn't.
Very well. Let us make our way back to the guild.
Look, be honest, it's not too bad, is it? Like pulling at her hair and just sort of trying to assess any physical damage.
I cast Spare the Dying. Not kidding.
The healing that you
That's-
received repaired the damage that was done.
Nothing that a little time can't fix.
Hey,
Good, because it is my true calling.
And seeing as how I still have, before they wear off, the 2 charges of prayer that I have, I'm going to use my Afflatus Solus and heal Faust for 2d4 plus 2.
Yay.
It's just a burst of white light out of Naren, and as healing washes over you.
And a weird noise. Thank you.
For 8 hit points, which is weird because the noise came from his hand.
That's not what that word means.
I'm going to move over to Mikoko. I did see that. Very good work. There. And just sort of awkwardly try to pat the top of her head as I use my inspiring salsa before my charges disappear.
Inspiring salsa.
I appreciate that it's called a salsa.
Yeah, salsa. It's a salsa. All right, so you bandage your wounds and begin the return trek to Rabanastre.
Before we
Oh, go ahead.
return, we're in the Giza Plains, yes?
Correct.
Where is Begammon?
Begamnon
I'll get it right one of these times.
Somewhere in the Giza Plains in a hideout.
Specifically in a hideout. Okay.
We'll just call him Backgammon. It'll be fine.
Well, I tried that, but I was corrected. So
Privilege.
yeah, we're gonna get extreme with it.
Yeah, so hiding out
Settlers
somewhere in the Giza Plains.
So Settlers of Catan has his own hideout.
Yes, Backgammon does.
Did they say wherever they were?
No.
Like in general, or is it
somewhere
just in the Giza Plains?
Yeah, somewhere in the Giza Plains.
Okay.
I don't know who we're referencing, but Bagamemnon.
We will definitely need to conduct some manner of long-form expedition to find Bagamnon's place.
To clarify for Cody's edification, Bagamnon is a Banga sky pirate that is currently sans a sky.
He needs a ship, and they refuse to go break into the aerodrome to get him a ship. So,
not refuse. Want to do it when we won't die immediately.
Refused. So we'll get Bag of Peanuts, M&M's, his own ship later, I guess. But
I don't think this is fair. Everyone is allowed to get everyone else's name wrong, and it's fine. But when I do it,
well, I'm doing it as a character or as a player.
Yeah,
I'm getting it right both as player and character.
I'd like to say I wrote it down correctly.
Did you?
Read it incorrectly.
I never saw it in the chat.
I take written notes.
Well, no, I mean
we should have a party notes document though at some point.
Hang on.
I never saw the name written down, so.
Hold on. Don't type it. I'll type it. Nailed it.
Stars. I'm trying to get a serious answer here, mate.
Sorry, I wrote it down as this. Bagamnon. Is that right?
No.
Dang it.
Yeah, close enough for government work.
Yeah.
Close. That was close.
I'm pretty good, I think.
See? Close enough.
You're missing an A and you turned an A into a U. It was actually not that far off.
I was missing an A and turned the last A into an apostrophe.
Ooh, double apostrophe.
Bagamnon.
So after we find Bagok,
We'll probably need to conduct some manner of long-form scouting trip to find him.
That's probably something to do after we have achieved free passage through the gates.
Yes.
Right,
Agreed.
Which will happen with hopefully the successful completion of this hunt, right?
Hopefully.
Find out.
Party notes are more useful if we've all got access to edit them, by the way, Sean.
Yeah, I guess if it's just the GM who can edit them, it's more a book we have to read, huh?
I thought I gave you the ability to edit. Hang on. Sorry, it's not Roll20 isn't letting me open it back up. Hang on. Because Roll20 doesn't like to behave.
I met a chicken with a similar name. Their name was...
The hell of a Kenku.
There. Now you can edit the notes.
Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
But you head back to Rabanastre, I assume.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually do have a healer's kit, so we can actually bandage ourselves.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Without using a charge.
do we have anything that constitutes proof of kill?
Yeah, this vial.
We have the poison.
Okay, cool.
They can test it. I'm sure.
Couple of miles. You make your way back into the city. Your passes are confiscated as they are one-time use. And eventually work your way back to the north end, back to the Clan Centurio house where Mont Blanc is waiting. Well, it looks like you all made it back in one piece, though a little bit worse for the wear.
Indeed.
For the most part.
This weirdly Irish Moogle says. Well then, I assume you have some sort of proof of kill on you. Though I don't really need it. Just from looking at you, I can tell you fought yourselves a beastie and got away with it.
Faust indicates to Naren, it was a void scent, so there wasn't much of a body left, but we have some of its ichor.
Ooh, that's interesting. What kind of void scent was it?
Took the guise of a dragon, and when it fell, the
Not a
guise of
dragon.
hellhound.
It was a worm.
Ah,
The dragoon among us will feel the need to push for specificity.
interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of a void scent dragon or worm. Either one.
Yes, it was off-putting to realize.
Well, at the very least you dealt with it, good and proper. So here's your reward. Holds out a bag full of gill and a stack of distinctly different plates. These are rather than these sort of solid single sheet metal plates you've been using previously as passes. These are silver and gold with intricate engraving and what's the term?
Filigree.
Filigree. Thank you. Each of which has a sort of a basic description and name associated with it. These are, interestingly, Faust, they use your disguised name rather than Faust told Arcanan on it. The rest of you, they just say your normal names. These will get you.
Does mine say? Mine says Mikoko, I guess.
Yours says
Right?
Blaustoffskisten, yes. Spelled correctly and everything. These will get you in and out of the doors. No fuss. Just make sure you indicate that you're on a hunt whenever you go out. You don't have to prove that you're on a hunt unless they get particularly uppity or unless something's happened that makes them want to do an inspection on everyone. This doesn't clear you of their ability to inspect you. It just lets them know they don't need to inspect you every time. So be aware.
Good to know. If they are feeling suspicious, they may decide to inspect anyway.
Or if they're just feeling bored.
Hmm.
But in addition to this, I was left a message from your friends at the Sandsea. He says he hands over a slip of paper.
What I'm gathering is that it's best to try and leave when they're busy.
That would be a good one, yes. Or, just after they're busy. The paper you received says, pray return to the Sandsea.
Let us return back to our lodgings. I believe our companions have news they wish to share with us.
Ask one more cure wounds on myself. I'm out of spell points.
So, you return to the Sandsea, back up to the second story where the three are waiting.
The other three Scions.
The three Scions, yeah. Delita looks up at the group of you. Wow, you look like you've been through one hell of a fight.
Battling Void Scent tends to do that, yes.
Gives you a little golf clap.
Ooh,
Well,
one
here-
though.
Good. Now follow me. And he sort of stands up and begins to lead both the other two Scions and you back downstairs. He walks up to the bar, puts a coin on the bar and slides it towards Tomas, or I think Tomas. Yes. What's the
Was it Tomage?
Tomaj? Yeah, Tomaj.
Maj, yes.
Slides the coin towards Tomaj, who catches it, looks at it, puts it back down, slides it back, and just sort of nods. Delita slides open the side of the bar where you can go, that you can pull open to get behind the bar, leads you behind, leads you back over towards where those salt barrels were kept, reaches over, pushes a brick in the wall, and a bit of the wall slides away as he leads you down into a secret cellar of the Sand Sea. Once down there, you see that there's actually quite a wide variety of interesting bits and pieces down here. It looks like they're using it as sort of part storage room, part meeting room, part workshop. And they lead you over to a table where there is a series of metal headbands with sort of some bit of loose wiring and a single metal piece that goes down the side. So, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Garleans outlaw the use of link shells by common people whenever they take over a province. Makes it too easy for people to organize and meet in secret. So, in order to do anything, we have to reverse engineer their own technology, as he hands one of these bands over to Faust. Faust, you recognize this as a communication device. This is it's similar to a link pearl, but it's mechanically originating as opposed to a link pearl, which is a naturally occurring phenomenon.
Yeah.
Link pearls are pearls that are harvested from a specific family of clams, all of which are connected psychically because of the clams that they're harvested from. Which allow people to use them to send messages across long distances through the pearl, because they are all psychically attuned. This is a technological communication headset, basically.
Yeah.
Don't let the Garleans see you with this, but with these we'll be able to have our own line of communications, as well as an ability to suss out some information from their own communications. Now, and he'll sort of walk you through operating them. You can set them to your own frequency. You can also set them to the Garlean frequencies. We have a few of them here. But just know that if you have them set to a Garlean frequency and you talk, they will hear you.
Are the Garlean frequencies... I'm assuming they would be different for each legion.
They're different for each legion, and even within each legion, they have their own separate frequencies depending on each organization. The R&D development, the R&D branch of any given legion isn't going to use the same communication bandwidth that their ground forces are going to use, or that their commanding officers are going to use. Things like that.
It's like command channels, engineering channels, etc.
Exactly. They are separate channels, and the two that they have managed to get access to frequency wise are both the guard channel and the general ground troop channel. They don't have any command lines or anything like that. But keep these on your person. They'll be useful for communicating long distances as we are going about our various operations. In the meantime, I trust you. From the way Mont Blanc was talking, I assume you all have hunt passes now?
That would be the case, yes.
Alright, so then, our next step, after you all have had some rest, will be to start hunting down Begamnon and any other like-minded allies who might be able to gather to resist the 8th Legion.
Sound of Begamnon's name. Blunt softly fist pumps next to him. Gonna get in an airship. Gonna get so high.
We've managed to locate where Begamnon is hiding, roughly, within the Giza Plains.
Do you have any particular landmarks to watch out for?
No, you're going to head even further south beyond where you have been before. There is a old abandoned mining area on the south side. On the south side of the Giza Plains. Hang on. I'm trying to find the specific area. Yes?
Nothing, it's a board game called Caverna. Don't mind me.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just caves, mines,
Okay.
Backgammon's hiding in a caverna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Cavern.
The joke I didn't like. Okay.
Got it. Okay, yeah. There's a series of caves in the southern Giza Plains that are only accessible during the wet season, when the drier areas are loosened up and the caverns open. Once that happens, you can get down into an old abandoned mining complex underneath the Giza Plains. That's where Bagamnon has been hiding. It's pretty useful considering that it's closed up on half the time.
I mean, until it closes up with you in it.
I assume there are other ways out of it, considering it was a mine at one point in time. That's just the only entrance we're aware of right now.
Okay.
But that'd be where we should start looking. After
When is the next major rainy season?
The rain and the wet and dry season of the Giza Plain come fairly frequently. It's on a week by week basis, basically, depending on how the weather is.
It's not like a monthly season.
No, one week the Giza Plain will be flooded. The next week it'll be dried, but it'll be dry as a bone.
Okay.
The next wet season should be in 3 days.
Good to know.
But it'd still be good to get the location scouted ahead of time. And it'll give you guys time to earn a little bit more money, get your gear in order, whatever you need to do.
That is definitely something we need to do. We've been working for meager amounts of gil for the past few missions.
Well, the higher the stakes, the better the pay. Also, maybe you can start finding things that, work that you do on your own tends to pay better.
Unfortunately, I think we've been we've been acquiring missions where the requester did not understand the stakes.
Fair.
As twice now we've encountered Ascian-influenced creatures and a void scent.
Which is potentially also another Ascian-influenced creature.
Yes.
We should also start investigating these Ascians at some point.
Were the worm's eyes red?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a red-eyed black dragon, one might say.
Boo.
And with that revelation, as the Warriors of Light begin their rest before heading out again, we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoa!
Goodbye.